We're all about finding the Disney magic where you can, which is why Most Magical Printing Company is our go-to small shop. Alexandra is on a mission to create subtle Disney, theme park, and fandom-inspired merch that you can wear even if you're miles away from a theme park. Plus, she is a strictly AI-free shop and designs everything herself, which is so important to us.
We both have a couple of pieces from Most Magical Printing Company, including the Lady and the Tramp Christmas Darling crewneck sweatshirt and the Epcot-inspired Spaceship Earth tee. We've even partnered with Most Magical Printing Company to create our first ever merch collab in our shop. But what we love most about Alexandra's shop is that she has something for everyone because she believes in magic for all.
So shop all of Alexandra's designs in her Etsy shop, mostmagicalprintco.etsy.com, and find her on TikTok and Instagram at @mostmagicalprintingco.
But on the whole, I've been a saint to those poor unfortunate souls.
Hello and welcome to Poor Unfortunate Podcast, where Disney is what we do. It's what we live for. We are the two besties you never knew you needed. I'm Connor Perkins.
And I'm Caroline Ameti. This is a Disney podcast for grown-ups because we believe that magic gets better with age. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome to all of our returning listeners and viewers. Thank you so much for hitting play. Please also remember to hit follow or subscribe wherever you're getting the podcast and opt in for notifications if you're on YouTube. And then at the end of the episode, make sure that you hit 5 stars, leave a written review or a comment wherever you're getting the podcast. It's one of the best things you can do to help us get seen in search results, get pushed to other people, and just help other people find the podcast. And if you want to support the podcast and get a little bit more for what you're paying for, you can join the Poor Unfortunate Patreon. Go to patreon.com/Poor Unfortunate Podcast. We have a couple plans for you, all under $9, and it gives you bonus content, extra episodes, ad-free episodes, and for our Trident tier members, access to Caroline What's New, which is our bi-weekly mini episode series where we go through all the latest and greatest in Disney news. So if you like this episode that you're about to get, you're definitely going to want some Caroline What's New. So you'll definitely want to be a Trident member. So
yes.
Yeah.
And if you're a Trident member, you get merch credit, and we're both wearing some Poor Unfortunate shop merch from our collaboration with Most Magical Printing Company. So if you're an Ursula fan, you might want this one.
Beluga
I love
Sevruga.
it. Yeah, I love it.
So this is a bonus episode. Usually our bonus episodes are going to be from now on, since we launched the Patreon, kind of Patreon exclusive. But this is a big one because it's a D23 year. And we figured everybody kind of deserves access to our thoughts on that. So 2 years ago, at the last D23, we did a tips and tricks episode where we went through, I think it was five
each, yeah.
I think we did our top 5 favorite or most exciting things that came out of D23. We posed some questions at the end of it. So we're going to do that as well. We're not picking 5 this time. I think we've each got 3 or 4.
The last D23 was huge.
Yeah.
There were so many big announcements at the last D23. And we'll probably get into, this one wasn't quite like that.
There was a lot of announcing something that had already been announced.
In a new way.
Which, all right.
Interesting. Yeah, interesting. And this was like the one that I actually felt the most locked into, like watching it on Disney Plus the most, like not waiting to catch up afterwards. And I was a little bit let down. But
which is crazy because this was also happening on a weekend that I had no cell signal and I had no Wi-Fi access.
Yes.
So I was like in the dark for so much of it.
You were. Yeah, it was hard to not talk about this with you. So this is actually kind of the first time that we're talking about this together too. So this should be really, really fun. Yeah.
So yeah, these aren't like necessarily the biggest news that comes out of D23, but these are our personal
It's just what
favorite
tickled our
things.
fancies. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So let's let's go through it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to kick this off with one of my favorite things that came out of D23 this year, and that was how Kingdom Hearts had probably its biggest showing at D23 in possibly ever.
Oh my God.
So the long-promised, scarcely mentioned Kingdom Hearts 4 came out with a bang. So after being announced in 2022, it's been largely crickets about the next installment of the series, with many people wondering as to whether or not it was still moving forward. But lately, that's been shifting as Disney has been recommitting to the franchise in a major way, announcing that it is one of the $9 billion franchises the company has in its video game division. It seems like they're now seeing that this is truly a huge franchise that they've kind of just been sitting on, and now they're looking to take advantage of that. So they previously announced in celebration of the game's 25th anniversary that they were going to be bringing the entire franchise to the Nintendo Switch 2, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X/S, and PC in a bundled collection that is available for pre-order right now and releases on October 8th of this year. But at the deep dive into Kingdom Hearts panel at D23, number one, there was an entire panel devoted to Kingdom
for
Hearts.
real. Yes.
That's never happened. They came prepared to show us some stuff. So I'm going to go through with those things. First off, we got a new extended gameplay trailer that showcased one of the new worlds that players can visit, inspired by Pixar's Coco. We saw Sora disguised in Day of the Dead makeup with Miguel and Hector, battling Heartless and revealing a new Coco-inspired Keyblade, which is stunning. The extended gameplay trailer also gave us a deeper look at the hyper-realistic world called Quadratum that we previously saw from the announcement back in 2022. A lot of us were kind of like, what even is this? This doesn't look like Kingdom Hearts at all. But we got more stuff from that. And the scenes reveal that Sora has been separated from Donald and Goofy, possibly having forgotten them, which I think is going to play really, really interestingly into Coco with the whole remembering, the concept of remembering people. Because it seems like that's where Donald, Goofy, and Sora are going to reunite, is in the Coco world. But that leads me to the next thing we saw in that gameplay trailer, which, as Donald, King Mickey, and Goofy are searching for Sora, for the first time ever, we saw that we now get to play as them. King Mickey's gameplay is especially cool because it looks like he enters a world inside a book that is very reminiscent to like a Paper Mario type of game. But we have never, ever, ever been able to play as Donald, Goofy, or King Mickey. And
that's so interesting.
We're gonna. Then to close out the Kingdom Hearts 4 announcements, creator Tetsuya Nomura made a rare public appearance to say that the game will launch late 2027. Following up that by saying that despite any online speculation, the game will not be pushed back. That is huge because Kingdom Hearts 3 took 5 ever, and we really weren't holding our breath on this one, and now it's coming next year. That's insane. I'm so excited. And for the first time ever, the game will launch on PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch 2, Xbox Series X, and PC via Steam and the Epic Games Store. Never before has it launched on all platforms at the same time. So this is a lot of firsts for Kingdom Hearts. And in the wake of all of this news, sales of the Kingdom Hearts games in the Steam store have surged to make it the second most purchased game in the United States on August 17th. People are playing this game. Wow. They are going back to revisit it. It's like super, super exciting.
That's cool.
The second big Kingdom Hearts announcement came as quite a surprise and, again, further investment in the franchise as Disney announced that they are currently developing a Kingdom Hearts anime series for Disney Channel and Disney Plus, working with creator Tetsuya Nomura and the folks at Square Enix. So they're the studio that creates Kingdom Hearts. The description of the series uses language like reimagines and brand new stories, so it seems as though this won't be a one-to-one adaptation. On one hand, that's a great thing, because more Kingdom Hearts is more Kingdom Hearts, but then on the other side, could be a bad thing, because Kingdom Hearts is notorious for its very complex, specific, and often convoluted lore. So it might have been helpful to be able to explain some of the like crazy plot line that traces itself through a bunch of games that are all interconnected.
Mm-hmm.
But having the folks at Square Enix directly involved in this series, which they are going to be, that's going to be a major asset. So we will see what the story ends up being, but I know that this is going to be pretty damn incredible.
That's
am
so
super
cool.
jazzed for this.
There's no date for that yet, is there? Any
There
year
isn't,
estimate?
but
Okay.
they said that they're working on it. So
Wow.
also at the panel, Haley Joel Osment and David Gallagher, the voices of Sora and Riku, they took the stage to do a live reading of the final scene from Kingdom Hearts 2. And damn, it was amazing. It got me all in the feels. Like watching them do this, it's just like, and that sort of leads me to the last thing that I'll just note, which is that there is some tragic news over the weekend with the unfortunate passing of actress Hayden Panettiere, who was the original voice of Kairi in the Kingdom Hearts games. She had such an impact on this series and my childhood, and I know that's true for so many other people out there. It was really devastating news. This is not the Kingdom Hearts news that we were hoping for.
Mm-hmm.
And so all of our hearts go out to all of her loved ones at this time. But thank you for your contributions, Hayden. Like, this game would not be the same without you. So, lots of Kingdom Hearts news happening.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to ask you just like a quick question. In each Kingdom Hearts game, they like to have at least one world that is kind of unusual or unexpected. Nomura said that, in the first one, that was Halloween Town from Nightmare Before Christmas. Then using the Caribbean from Pirates of the Caribbean as a way of like doing something unexpected in terms of like a live action, throwing that in there. What is the unexpected world that you'd love to see in Kingdom Hearts 4? I know you don't play the game, but like what would be fun for you conceptually, or what would make you play the game?
Well, if they wanted me to play the game, they would have to do the thing that is never going to happen, which is we would go into the version of the kingdom that's in Brandy Cinderella with like that look and that like that Klimt style.
Okay.
I mean, please. But my real answer of what I think maybe could like be more realistic for the game and I think would make fun gameplay would be the world of A Bug's Life. And like being small and bug sized and like kind of navigating that world, I think would be really fun. Yeah.
That's good.
And like I feel like Hopper is such a good villain, and like if you got to run into Hopper, that would be kind of amazing too. But yeah, I think like the scale of that would be a lot of fun.
That actually really is, because I think one of my favorite worlds that we got in Kingdom Hearts 3 was the toy box where we played in Toy Story, and playing with scale was so fun with that.
Yeah.
But I also am like, I want to explore another world. I don't want to necessarily go right back to Toy Story stuff.
I guess we could also do like, we could do France and you could be a rat size. You could hang out with Remy. That'd be fun too. That would be really beautiful. That'd be beautiful.
Which Remy already is in there, like in the cooking sort of thing in Kingdom Hearts 3. So it's a character that we already know. And a lot of times they'll introduce a character as this one little thing. And then in future games, we go into their world. So that would actually be a really, really good like one-to-one. I know there are a lot of people who are like, it would be wild if they went Star Wars. And they went into Star Wars or a Marvel thing, which I'm like, that would be pretty dope.
It would be cool.
A lightsaber Keyblade.
Yeah, Star Wars is what I would vote for.
Would probably
really
like
cool.
end me.
That'd be so cool.
This game, I remember the ads on TV when it was coming out for PlayStation 2. I remember I had a friend, he had a PlayStation 2 because I didn't have a PlayStation 2. I would go over to his house just for sleepovers so that we could play the game, so I could see the game played.
Oh my God.
Me and Kingdom Hearts, we're like this. It's everything.
I feel like a lot of things at this D23 were really geared towards our generation and like our childhood. Like the fact that, I mean, this isn't on my list and like it totally could have been. The fact that Brandy took her place amongst the other Disney princesses, that was for us. That was for our generation. So special. Ah, my God. Okay. Something that was really exciting to me that I actually didn't expect to get me in this way is everything we learned about Frozen 3.
Yes.
When Frozen 3 first got announced, I was like, I didn't think a lot about it. Part of me was like, I don't know. I'm in now. So during the studio showcase, it was confirmed that Frozen 3 will be coming to theaters on November 24th, 2027. And out came Kristen Bell and Idina Menzel to sing a new rendition of Frozen Heart, first featured in the first Frozen. They then shared the fact that we are going to see Anna and Kristoff's wedding in the film and that love will be in the air for everyone, even Olaf. So Josh Gad popped in to sing Olaf's new song, Ooh, Samantha, hinting at his upcoming love story with a certain snow lady before the crowd was treated to the first ever teaser for Frozen 3. So the teaser opens with a shot of the northern lights and a falling snowflake, which magically transforms into this crystal ice butterfly as it falls. It flits past Elsa, dressed for Anna's wedding, we'll talk about that in a moment, on the Arendelle dock and becomes a mysterious stone.
Yeah, she freezes it.
Yeah, interesting. Anna and Kristoff, also in their wedding attire, OMG, we will talk about that. They arrive along with Sven and Olaf, and the stone that she has frozen appears to communicate with the Northern Lights and open some sort of portal, with Anna asking if their wedding is being crashed. Inside the snowy portal, our crew comes face to face, although faceless to us, with an ice-caped, dark-haired villain who already seems to know who Elsa and Anna are. Elsa sends an icy blast her way, revealing the title of the film. D23 attendees were also offered a look at 2 additional costumes for Anna and Elsa that will be featured in the film via 2 figurines at the convention, with Elsa in a blue hooded cloak and dress and Anna in a pink cloak with green boots and like sleeve accents.
The costumes of Frozen do not play.
Yes.
The costumes, the hairstyling, the makeup.
the hair.
It's the fashion of Frozen is so good.
That's actually the first thing that I have here of like what makes this so exciting for me. Well, let's start with the outfits. Like Anna's wedding look.
The hair down.
Her
the crown.
Also, the dress is giving live action Cinderella wedding gown, which is my favorite Disney wedding gown. Elsa in the deep pink.
Because Elsa's getting that sort of like Northern Lights sort of like callback.
Yes.
Also, the pink of the trees, because I think they're
like having this like outdoor wedding under
and
the
it seems like a Valentine's Day sort of thing, which leads me to believe when they announced that they were doing Frozen 3 and 4, I think they're doing the seasons. Because summer and winter is the first one, fall is the second one, wintry.
Interesting.
Like springtime vibes here. It's feeling like they're doing the seasons.
Anna's dress also had a lot of flowers.
Yeah,
I think
so
you're onto something.
This might be spring. This might be like Valentine's Day spring.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So many things are exciting. We have the continuation of like the wink wink humor between Anna and Kristoff that delighted us in Frozen 2. We have a physicalized real villain nemesis for the women who brings to mind the original character ideas
the
for
concept
Elsa.
Art. Yes.
With
the
her
black
being the
hair,
villain.
The
it's
short
so,
black hair.
Yes,
the
it's so the original Elsa concept art. Where possibly it seems like going to unravel the source of Elsa's powers, as hinted at by our new villain's icy powers and the callback to Frozen Heart from the first film, which is such a good idea. With Samantha seemingly becoming a character too, it feels like the creative team is really leaning to the aspects of the story that the fans have latched onto. And that just means so much. And it makes me so happy and so excited.
Yeah, Jennifer Lee she knows what she's doing. She knows what she's doing.
I'm so sorry. In my usual fashion, like we were supposed to put one question. I have a couple, but we can just talk about them briefly. So first of all, I want to know if you have any predictions about this new villain, who she is, where does she come from, etc. Overall, how do you feel about the continuation of the Frozen story? Do you feel like it weakens where we left Elsa in Frozen 2 at all, where it's kind of like she has like gone off and is like living her own life now? We'll stop there. I have one more question after that, but tell me how you feel about those two things.
So, I really thought that Frozen 2 was kind of like the second half of the story, that together they told a very complete story. But seeing the direction that they're going with this and the fact that they might be doing the seasons with this and doing like a cycle, I think it's actually not weakening the story. I think now it's going to be really interesting to see like what is it like when Anna does rule? And what does Elsa's role become now
Mm.
that she's gone off on her own? Like, I do kind of want to see what that looks like. So I'm really excited for it. Um, and then predictions about this villain. Number one, I'm excited that we're getting like a villain with like
Mm-hmm.
motives and
Right.
magic and stuff like
Yes.
that. It kind of feels similar to what sort of happened with Moana 2 and like that
Mm-hmm.
villain.
Mm-hmm.
There are some people who think like this is an excuse of Disney saying that they shouldn't have changed Elsa's character in the first Frozen all along, that like if they were going to bring back this Ice Queen villain character, that Elsa should have just been that from the beginning. And I wholly
No.
disagree. I think what they found in the first Frozen was like lightning in a bottle, and it was exactly the right thing.
Also, please go back and listen to our episode with Todd Bonapane, who played Olaf, and listen to him talk about the love between the sisters being the heart of the story and how important that is. So don't even.
Yeah. But I'm excited to see a magical villain who might be able to keep up with Elsa. And it feels like now that Elsa has sort of battled her inner demons and
Right.
found the
Yeah.
peace, that is the
Mhm.
logical next step for her.
Mm-hmm.
And like she couldn't have been able to go up like against any sort of magical adversary because she wasn't checked in with who
Right.
she is.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
I'm into it.
Into it.
I'm into it.
I'm into it.
Okay, rapid fire. First thing that pops into your head. Is there another property that you'd like to see get a full 4-film universe like this is getting?
Well, Zootopia. And
We're on the way.
We're on the way.
Yeah, it makes
We're on
sense.
the
It
way.
makes sense. Yep. And same kind of thing, like different habitats, different like families of animals. Yeah, great.
Because we're getting birds in
Birds.
Zootopia 3.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. So my next thing that I want to call out, this is a section I kind of twisted the rules here. I took 3 things and I shoved them together.
I like this.
I did a U. I
did.
called this the Walt Disney World Holy Trinity of things we've just about given up on. So there are 3 announcements that sort of all fall into this category. The first, Disco Yeti is getting fixed.
Oh my God.
After 20 years of operating in B mode, the Yeti animatronic from Animal Kingdom's Expedition Everest is being repaired and will move once more. So when the ride debuted in 2006, the Yeti animatronic was one of the largest and most advanced animatronics built at the time. The movement was so fast and lifelike, it was devastatingly cool. The Yeti appears at the finale of the attraction, swinging and lunging toward the ride vehicles. However, after about a year, the forces from that movement caused damage to the structure underneath it. So in order to repair the audio animatronic, the ride would have to be closed for an extended period of time and the show building floor rebuilt. Disney obviously didn't want to close a brand new attraction a year into its life. So in 2007, the Yeti went into B mode with fans and strobe lights to give the appearance of movement. And despite multiple updates and refurbishments to the ride over the years, the Yeti has never been fixed. We've all kind of been resigned to the fact that Disco Yeti is forever until now. So no timeline has been announced for when the fix will happen or how long it will take. But according to an interview with allears.net at D23, Josh D'Amaro says that we have his mom to thank. When he first got into a leadership role with Disney, he visited his mom, who told him that he had to fix the Yeti. She kept bringing it up to him over the years in his different leadership positions, but he never made it happen. Now that he's become the CEO of Disney, according to him, he walked right into the Imagineers and said, "Guys, my mom says we have to fix the Yeti." So thank you to Mama Tomorrow.
Mama Tomorrow.
For making this happen. As a Disney fan, her priorities were exactly right.
I love her
She's
already.
Fix the
I
Yeti.
love her. Oh my God.
The second thing that falls into this category of things that we never thought were going to happen, and we just sort of resigned to the fact that, like, this is what it will be. Journey into the Imagination with Figment is getting redone. So back in the late 1990s, Journey into Imagination was reimagined into the version that we have right now, but infamously cut the character of the Dreamfinder, who debuted alongside Figment when the attraction opened. Since then, fans have been begging for him to return, especially because the current iteration of the attraction isn't quite as beloved. In fact, we've actually seen the face character of Dreamfinder return in a couple instances, sort of like giving us a little taste of nostalgia and getting everybody worked up. Well, Dreamfinder is returning to the attraction alongside Figment, and the ride is getting refurbished with an all-new take on the Journey into Imagination story. So I'm
so excited for
time.
that.
It's time. I've
Yes.
like spitballed like possible things that they could do with it. I was like, if they want to put
Yeah,
inside
we
out
have talked about
characters
that.
into it, I'm like, that could pair really, really well with Figment. Never in a million years did I think that they would bring Dreamfinder
I
back.
was going to say, like, them deciding to, like, lean back into Disney nostalgia versus putting IP over it, didn't think I would see the day.
Never thought I would see it.
Yeah.
But here it is. And
Love it.
I'll have more of that, please. Speaking of more of that, a Spaceship Earth refurb is happening.
I'm scared.
But for real.
Make me feel better. I'm scared.
So the attraction was slated to receive a refurb back in May of 2020 that would transform the attraction through the power of light and see some new special effects, narration, and other elements. The refurbishment was called Spaceship Earth, Our Shared Story.
I remember that.
Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, that was put on pause indefinitely, which is kind of a shame because some of the imagery and concept art that they had for it looked pretty cool.
Scared.
The rest of the park continued to go under what I call a refocus. I don't think it's like a refurbishment because it's not really taking anything new that Epcot wasn't doing. It's just sort of like realigned it. So we established World Celebration, World Nature, World Discovery, and the World Showcase areas, refurbishing the main hub of the park, and then a lot of other things started happening. Now that that project has more or less been completed, it seems right to me that the centerpiece attraction of the park, Spaceship Earth, gets some TLC. Disney announced that the ride is going to, quote, receive updates that expand its story from human communication to the broader theme of human connection, while retaining the optimism and wonder that have defined the attraction for generations, end quote. It will take the ride into the internet age and beyond and remain true to the spirit of the original ride. Honestly, to me, this kind of sounds similar to the refurb that they announced back in 2019 for Spaceship Earth, Our Shared Story. And I think it's time, and
it's too much change at once.
I think it's the right call. As a diehard Spaceship Earth fan and lover, I think this is right because it doesn't seem like they're going to change everything. It seems like they're taking
That's why
what's there.
I think I'm nervous because they're not being specific. I'm like, tell me, what do you mean by this? What do you mean?
I don't know. This idea of shifting from human communication to connection, it's just like it's an ever so slight little adjustment, but I think it's going to be really right for the theme park in terms of like giving us a true centerpiece in the way that they didn't do with Hollywood Studios when they took out the heartbeat of the park with the Great Movie Ride. It feels like making Spaceship Earth, refining it to be like, this is about connection at the heart of World Discovery, World Nature, World Celebration, and World Showcase is this human connection. I think that's going to be the piece that really like unlocks the whole park in this sort of like rebrand moment that it's happening.
All right.
I'm excited for it. I'll just be sad to lose Dame Judi Dench and the score, but
I can't.
Listen, I was really not okay with like losing the area music, and then the new area music came in, and I'm in love with it. I think their finger has been largely on the right pulse for the Epcot shifts.
That's true. I think it's just like this for me paired with Carousel of Progress changes. It's just making me stressed.
I know, but they
man.
I don't know, they kind of got me with the Carousel of Progress by saying that announcing the voice cast for Mom and Dad. It's going to be
cool,
Jamie Lee Curtis and Bryan Cranston.
But they still don't have me. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not on board
they don't
yet.
have me. They don't have me completely, but they're not gonna not have the caveman sequence. They're not gonna not have the Egyptian sequence. They know everyone.
What about Michelangelo?
Has thanked the Phoenicians.
Oh, oh my God, if they take that. Oh, okay. I'm trying to remain positive.
Because that's also about connection. Connection and communication are so close.
Yeah. All right.
So my question is, these announcements are clearly rekindling some hope that refurbishments, changes, fixes, etc., that we've all sort of been resigned to never happen, might actually get done. So what is the Disney announcement that you'd like to see happen that you've sort of given up hope on?
I have a realistic one, and then I have two like ones that I'm pretty sure I just need to like let the dreams die.
Okay.
So the realistic one is I was really hoping that we were going to hear about what is happening with the Hyperion Theater in Disneyland. It's been sitting empty without a live theatrical show, and I really thought they were going to come with something like, we're redoing it, we're building it, we're redoing the interior of the theater around this new show, or we're going to have a season of shows. I don't know, something really exciting as far as live theatrical entertainment in that theater. And we got nothing. And it's just sitting there empty. It's wrong. So I'm starting to give up hope on that. My less realistic ones that I don't think are ever really going to happen are when they had a quick moment, a quick reference to the Great Movie Ride during the showcase, I flipped. I thought something was happening. And I never would have thought it would, but they had a character from the Great Movie Ride, and I flipped out. So that's always something that I'm like, is there any world in which they're going to see how Hollywood Studios shakes out and figure out the best way to bring a version of the Great Movie Ride back?
I really think that Hollywood Studios needs an Epcot rebranding.
Well, a lot of people thought that we were absolutely going to get that news at this D23, and I did too, that they were going to give us the new vision for Hollywood Studios.
Honestly, I think the Hollywood Studios vision needs to be like Disney's cityscapes. Like, I think I have said this before, but I'm like, I think
a small part of me is going to die when that happens.
But I'm like, that's kind of what it is. It's
I
all
know,
it's all these
but I
like
just
cities
can't.
and lands. If they're trying to make everything these like hyper realistic like destinations that immerse you.
Zootopia. Oh God, but I can't deal with it. No. Okay, I can't. And then the other one is a new country in the World Showcase.
Yeah.
I thought that might have happened this time too. I didn't realize how non-heavy hitting this D23 was going to be.
I know.
I hold out hope, but
listen, we're all praying for Greece. I want to eat some pita and ride some sort of mythology ride.
The Lost Bros were making a good case for Korea too, and I could really get down with Korea.
Mm-hmm.
And they were talking about some Korean barbecue. I could get into that. Yeah. So those two I have kind of given up hope on, but the Hyperion, why is my hope should not be dying for that, but it is. I'm getting worried with like where that sits in Disneyland in relation to Marvel things. I'm like, if they knock this down for something Marvel, I'm going to flip. Okay. Let's, while we're on this track, talk a little bit about what we did get about Villains Land. We knew that at this point there had to be something. And so the thing that really excited me about the Villains Land announcements at this D23 was that we got information about the backstory. And I'm feeling it.
Yeah, because it wasn't the name. I was...
That moment was a little bit of a woof.
It was a womp womp. Which, see, here's the thing. In the Imagineering show pavilion, they had 2 models for Villains Land. Like,
I thought it was going to be called the Dark Forest.
I thought it was going to be called Dark Forest too, and I
have that in my notes. I'm like, oh, call it the Dark Forest, and I'll tell you why. And I'll tell you why I actually think they should have done that. So yeah, there was no way that this D23 could happen without at least a taste of the development of the now named Villains Land. coming to Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom. It was saved for last during the Experiences Showcase with the section cued by smoke and the score of Hellfire, and I started to levitate. I was like, oh my God, it's yes, okay. But then, after an introduction from the Magic Mirror and in his first D23 as chairman of Disney Experiences, Thomas Maslam, Caroline May, who is the executive creative director of Walt Disney Imagineering, and Bruce Vaughn, who is president and chief creative officer, took to the stage to talk about the land's development. After revealing the name, they introduced the overall thrust of the land, saying, quote, "We're creating an entirely new story for these characters and a new way of seeing them. These aren't villains hiding in the shadows. They're powerful, sophisticated, elegant, and they have impeccable taste, which I find is very dangerous," end quote. So then they shared 3 pieces of concept art, or what they called character studies, of Cruella, Dr. Facilier, and the Evil Queen to showcase the new vision for the villains, establishing an elevated, elegant tone. We'll talk about that in a minute, but what excited me the most was the backstory for the land that then they jumped into. And here's what they said. Here's the long quote about it. "Like so many of our fairy tales, your journey begins when you stray from the safe path and enter the bewitching and foreboding dark forest." That should be what the land
That should be what it's called.
"There you'll come upon a broken, twisted wishing well. Now, normally a wishing well is a pretty happy thing. This is not that wishing well. We wondered, what if a mysterious person made an evil wish, and what if that wish was so evil that it corrupted the well, broke it open, and infused the forest around it with the power of the well's poison magic? One by one, villains have come here to claim it. Several of your favorite villains, including Cruella, the Evil Queen, and Dr. Facilier, have used this land's cursed magic to conjure the perfect new lairs for themselves. Everything they could wish for. The architecture reflects the style, humor, and fiendish personality of the villain that owns it. And whether it's by promising treats, treasures, or wishes come true, you can bet the villains will use everything in their power to tempt you," end quote. They also confirmed the land's 2 attractions, which the internet basically predicted a long time ago, which will be a Maleficent coaster and a dark boat ride beneath the catacombs of the Evil Queen's palace into the Mirror Realm, looking like it will feature Ursula, Scar, Jafar, Dr. Facilier, and Cruella.
Kind of like their Rise of Resistance kind of moment.
Exactly.
Which we wanted.
Interesting that it's in a boat. I could get down with that. You better not be sending me down too many log flumes. I'll tell you that right now. I'm going to be so pissed.
I have also seen some people sort of like speculate, like, this boat ride, is it truly a boat ride, or is it like a boat sort of like shaped thing, like a
okay,
is it like a trackless sort of thing in like a,
because they didn't say boat.
They didn't
the
say
concept
boat.
art showed a boat, but they didn't say boat.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
Could be like a trackless vehicle.
Into it. I'm not gonna lie. They haven't announced dining or shopping locations. They were, of course, hinted at during the presentation. But I really always wondered if Disney was going to convince us to ignore the fact that characters and locales from different villain stories are all in one place, like we do in New Fantasyland. We just rock with it. But there is an explanation for why these villains are in the same place, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's a new land where they have all set up their own abodes in order to get a piece of this dark magic. D23 attendees were also given a look at models of the spooky trees, like you said, of the dark forest.
The spooky trees look cool.
Yeah, with faces and limbs all of the Snow White forest chase scene, which like absolutely terrified me as a child. My mom would have to fast forward through that part. I wonder, here we are, we're at it. I wonder if they could have just called this the Dark Forest, given that we have other non-land names in Magic Kingdom. It would have made it feel more like this forbidden land past the castle. Like it's almost like a part of the kingdom itself. But in the end, I do love the well concept because it makes this feel like the evil, upside down version of the whimsy and beauty of Fantasyland where the good well resides.
Yeah.
Now, this isn't to say that I don't still have some questions and some moments of pause. So I will ask you, maybe this is a leading question. Maybe this is how I feel about it. Do you think, given this backstory and the overall energy, it's the Dark Forest, that the emphasis on Cruella is a bit out of place? She's going to appear on this dark ride, allegedly, She's one of the big 3 that they've developed concept art about. And then, of course, Glenn Close came out at the end of the presentation. Should Disney be focusing on magic-based villains here? Why? This is a multi-part question. I want you to brain dump at me.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think there is an emphasis on elegance and style when we're in the dark forest? Where does Cruella fit in all of this? And like, what is the meaning behind the elegance and style aspect when the rest of it is like the well, the forest, magic?
I think the elegance and style part is their way of how are these villains going to be able to interact with guests in a way that is positive and not sinister. When I think of like the Oogie Boogie Bash, like the trail, the way that those villains are interacting, it's all style in terms of how they're relating to you, the guest. And I think that's kind of what they're trying to call in here is like, how are we going to be able to have these people interact with guests in a way that isn't like, I'm the bad guy, you're the good guy, so I must vanquish you or whatever, like that sort of thing. Where it's almost like they're trying to like sell you on
that's what I was
their
gonna
way
say.
Of life.
That piece of it is feels a little generic to me. They're gonna use everything in their power to tempt you, but I'm like, to do what? Their goal here is they want a piece of the dark. What are they trying to tempt us to do? I think we need to get a little specific. They don't have to. They don't have to because we're gonna buy it no matter what. But I'm like, let's just do it.
So
I don't know.
I think the leaning into elegance and style, I think that's like, who are the most charismatic villains?
Fine.
Let's do that. I think the other reason why they're going with like Cruella, Evil Queen, and Dr. Facilier are that they've already established those as face characters in the park. So they've kind of perfected those interactions with guests. So they're like, okay, we can build off of that. And then I think the other thing of pushing Cruella, even though it doesn't necessarily make sense in the dark forest.
It doesn't to me.
But they're going to push Cruella because the Cruella 2 movie is going to be coming out.
That's annoying to me.
I mean, that's how they always
I'm biased.
That's how you got Dino Land.
That's true. It's true. Don't talk about it. It still stings. I'm not the biggest Cruella fan, so I know I'm biased, but I'm also just like, again, if we want to get specific about this, does Cruella even know magic exists? She's from London. What?
I think in the greater Disney universe, she probably does.
Yeah, I know. Like I would have but what about Mother Gothel? And she's so fabulous.
Sure. I mean,
and she knows that magic exists and she's a face character. Like, I would have preferred.
Maybe she's part of the first expansion of Villains Land.
That's another thing, too.
45 years down the line.
Right. Obviously, Villains Land is always going to be villains, but I would have enjoyed Dark Forest because it just leaves a little bit of extra room.
Yeah.
For who knows what. Maybe down the line, Disney makes this character who really is good but starts bad. You know what I mean? And
or
they can
any
put
of
them
these
in there.
characters from Hexed that we're about to get. Like if that ends up popping off, it would be a great place for them. I just, when they announce that, I just kind of want to be like, wait, is there still time? Could we change it maybe?
I'm wondering if there is still time and that they were going to see how this went over. I have this feeling because there's no way at this point. I think that's why and this is what I was going to ask you too, I think that's why we don't have the dining option announced yet either, because I think it's still being felt out a little bit.
I think they're blue skying without saying that they're blue skying right now.
Yeah. What would you pick for the dining option?
For the dining option, I mean, we've kind of talked about it before, but I'm like, I would really be into like the sort of like Hades stand-up variety show.
Ever since we talked about that, I'm stuck on that and I can't move on.
I'm like, I'm into that. Or like a sort of like, and then the quick service could be like a Scar barbecue.
Yeah. We've also talked about the possibility. It could be a
Scar and Frollo barbecue, a Hellfire barbecue. Like,
I need some Frollo. Like, please, don't play me Hellfire and then give me nothing.
I know.
Don't do that. But I also, like, you and I have talked about, they've been leaning heavily into the Headless Horseman for Halloween this year. And I'm like, the Headless Horseman Tavern.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, cool stuff. Like, I am really, really grateful that we didn't just throw it all in there because we could. I'm glad that we're moving about this with detail, but like, let's step on it.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, and let's
come on.
And let's change the name.
Also, and Dark, I mean, maybe it's because Dark Universe.
I think it's because
I
think it might be because of Dark Universe.
I think it's because
but
of Dark Universe.
I'm just like, we're smart enough. We're smart enough.
Kind of. Yeah.
I just like, I don't like that Toy Story Land is called Toy Story Land. I don't like that Cars Land is technically called Cars Land. Let's call it Radiator Springs. Let's call it Andy's Yard, like, or Andy's Room. Monstropolis is being called Monstropolis. We don't have to call it Monsters Inc. Land.
I mean, there's Liberty Square. It's not Liberty Land. It's Main Street USA, not Main Street Land. It would have been fine. It would have been fine, but whatever.
It would have been fine. And also, like, if they didn't want to go the dark route because of Dark Universe, they could go with like Sinister Woods or like they could have done
the Forbidden Forest.
Forbidden Forest, Gloomy Forest.
Yeah. Yay to the backstory. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, yay to the backstory. But it's also like, I think there's a little level of nut up or shut up kind of happening here.
Yeah. Anyway.
Well, listen. Okay. So here's something that is one of those things that got announced in previous D23s, but you know, it's happening and I'm excited for it. The new El Carrusel de los Animalitos has fully captured my imagination.
I couldn't agree with you more. Yeah.
So listen, while Caroline is still not fully sold on the Tropical Americas taking over the area that used to be Dino Land USA and a certain property that will be taking up residence there, cough, Indiana Jones, cough. I feel like you'd have to have a heart of steel to not fall in love with the new carousel attraction going into the area called El Carrusel de los Animalitos. At D23, they shared images of the carousel animals that will be featured on the ride and even had some of the animal figures physically on display in the Disney Imagineering Pavilion on the show floor. The carousel is going to feature 22 hand-carved animals from Disney and Pixar stories in an attraction that's going to be suitable for all ages, and I will be setting up shop there riding all of these animals.
You really will.
The design of this ride feels thoroughly rooted in Animal Kingdom and in some ways feels like an attraction that should have been there from the beginning. The hand-carvedness feels very much like the Tree of Life, but also like the style feels very South American. It's really, really good. But if you're thinking, yeah, this should have been in the park all along, well, the initial plans for the park actually included a concept of a massive multi-level animal carousel that was even being contemplated to be the centerpiece / icon of the park itself. So this is a long time coming and it's happening and it's real and it's kind of amazing. So some of the animals featured on this carousel include Kevin from Up, Timon, Pumbaa, and Simba from The Lion King, Miko from Pocahontas, Nigel and Squirt from Finding Nemo, Pascal from Tangled, Scuttle from The Little Mermaid, Owl and Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh, and Heihei and Pua from Moana, among others. The way I need to ride aboard Pua is slightly concerning and might need to be studied, but I need it. I'm so freaking excited about this damn carousel. It is truly a perfect addition to the park. And I'm hoping maybe the thing that pulls Caroline over to being sold slightly on Tropical Americas.
This was going to make my list if it wasn't on yours. So it might be the thing. It might be the thing.
The way that they have elongated Timon's ass.
It's so I love them. I love them all.
They're perfect. I want wooden Jim Shore style like figurines of them.
Children and us are going to be fighting over these.
And I will win. I will win.
Yeah.
So, my question for you, at D23, they showed us 21 of the 22 animal figurines that are going to be featured on the ride. Who do you think the 22nd character is?
I hope I'm right about this.
Okay.
I'm wondering if it's going to be some sort of homage to dinosaur. So I wonder if it's going to be a dinosaur. The iguanodon. I'm really hoping it's the iguanodon.
That's nice.
Or Chester or Hester even. That's fine too.
That's nice. I don't think it's going to be Chester or Hester, but it might be, what's the name of the iguanodon?
Yeah, I was going to say, what's its name? Why is it escaping me?
I don't remember.
But I think that would be really nice. And I think it would make sense to me why they're keeping that a secret, because it's going to be
like a little surprise.
A little nod.
Yeah, I was either thinking that or they
is.
might do like a Sven kind of situation. They've been kind of staying more to those sort of like woodland, not less of the overly personified characters, like obviously not anything from like Zootopia or something like that, where they'd be very anthropomorphized or whatever. So I was thinking Sven might be an option too.
Now that I've thought of it, it has to be a dinosaur, and if they don't, I'm gonna be pissed. So
oh no, not when we just
it hinges on this 20-second figurine.
Jesus God.
Oh my gosh. Okay, the next thing that was so exciting and really had me in my feels too were the information about the 2 new iterations of Tangled we're going to be getting. So as we all likely saw, we were offered a brief glimpse of the live-action version of Tangled, currently filming in Spain, with shots of Tegan Croft as Rapunzel and our first look at Catherine Hahn as Mother Gothel, which elicited screams from the live audience, deservedly so. It was just about as perfect as we all could have hoped it was going to be.
Which I guess, hold on real quick. They should have then just put something Tangled into Villain's Land then. If they're centering things around movies.
But that's what I was going to say before. I'm like, if it's about what movies are coming out, put Mother Gothel in there. Because everybody really wanted to meet Agatha Harkness after Agatha All Along and after WandaVision, and they put her in Disneyland for a while. So everyone's going to want to, yeah. But anyway. No, not at all. Not at all. So even though plenty of shots of the cast have been leaked on social media at this point, and we've all seen them, I have to say, the short teaser with the camera racing up Rapunzel's hair until Tegan turns to face us, it gave me goosebumps, as did the Mother Gothel reveal. This film is not going to hit theaters until March 31st, 2028. But whatever, we got a little something, and Mother Catherine herself appeared to intro a quick hello video from Milo Manheim, who, as we know, is playing Flynn Rider, and Tegan from the set in Spain, with some shots of the landscapes and the locations and the 2 stars in costume. And then, during a separate special one-man concert titled A Whole New World of Alan Menken, the Disney legend accompanied himself on the piano and sang a preview of a work-in-progress song from the in-development stage adaptation of Tangled. Menken described the song as a musicalization of the moment Rapunzel realizes the damage Mother Gothel has done. The chorus tells Mother Gothel to, quote, say goodbye, in a melody very reminiscent of Newsy Santa Fe, which we love, and has Rapunzel telling Gothel, quote, I'm off to become the real me. We weren't offered any further information about the stage adaptation, but I think that Alan Menken and Disney's willingness to share part of the work in progress means that they're priming us for a real announcement. And it's starting to make a stage version of Tangled feel more likely by the minute. As we discussed a little bit, maybe a couple months ago in a previous Caroline What's New episode, there was a recent workshop of the musical in New York City with Mackenzie Kurtz as Rapunzel, Ryan McCartan as Flynn, and Jessica Vosk as Mother Gothel, another absolutely perfectly cast trio. Brandon Contreras, I'm a huge fan of him. He's in Operation Mincemeat right now and is part of one of my favorite Instagram accounts at the Homo Sapien Experience. Commented on a video of Menken's D23 performance and said, quote, it's a perfect stage adaptation. No notes. It's brilliant. They're all brilliant. It's flawless. Leading me to believe that he was involved in the workshop in some way, and his enthusiasm about it has me buzzing. I don't think people throw around it's a perfect stage adaptation for nothing.
And certainly not for a workshop where no one's going to see it. So like
So you could think whatever you want about it.
You're not obligated to say anything.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I've always thought that this show would work really, really well on stage. I'm like,
We've talked about it all the time.
I want fiber optics in the wig.
Yeah.
Like, it would work.
Okay. I have many rapid fire questions for you related to this. First, what is a song you're craving in either of these versions of Tangled? Who deserves another number or who should sing, who doesn't in the animated film?
I could go for another Flynn song for sure. I could also go for another Mother Gothel song too.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you know what? I kind of want another Rapunzel song.
Mm-hmm.
Like they cut one of the reprises of When Will My Life Begin from the film. I'm kind of into seeing if that comes back.
Mm-hmm. I could also go for like, I can imagine something really, really quick and poignant coming from the King and Queen.
Yeah.
That would destroy me.
Yeah.
Great. Another question. Do you think Disney would bring Tangled to Broadway within a year or two of the film being released on either end? And do you think it would, assuming that the Broadway landscape is what it is now, do you think it would open in addition to Aladdin and The Lion King or replace one of them?
I think, yes, they would bring it within a year or two of the film, depending on how the film goes. I think it would probably happen after the film. And I wouldn't be surprised if like a song, if they added another song for Flynn in the film for Milo, if that song appears in the stage version. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. And I do think that it would actually be in addition to, I think they would get another theater.
Okay.
I think they would do kind of what they did with like Frozen, where they got the St. James. I think they would do that because I have a really, really strong feeling that Beauty and the Beast might hit up the New Amsterdam. I really thought they were going to announce that, but they didn't.
That's the other thing. But Alan Menken kind of let it slip during the Beauty and the Beast panel. Because he said it and then he kind of went like, well, I don't know. And I'm like, oh, I think you just let that slip by accident. I think Beauty and the Beast is coming.
But also I'm like, why wouldn't they announce it now? Especially when Susan Egan is getting honored as a legend.
Yeah, I'm like...
it was kind of the perfect time.
But I'm like, is it the tour or is it something new? What's happening? Oh my God, I can't believe we didn't talk about that yet. Yeah.
I think the tour is going to set up shop in New York at the end. I think they're going to end in New York. And I think when it gets to New York, they will take the opportunity to like revamp the costumes, invest more into the sets and everything like that, and like jack up the budget on it because the tour is very much designed to be a tour.
Be able to move. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh, we forgot to talk about that. Yeah. During the Beauty and the Beast panel, which was also excellent, and you all should totally watch it. He said that.
Yeah. But I just, I thought that would have been announced. But I think that a Tangled musical within a year or two of the film coming out, I think that's very, very feasible.
And I'm locked into I'm sure there are so many amazing actors out there who would be incredible. I know there are, but I'm kind of locked into the workshop cast. I would see that. Yeah, there was just so much Alan Menken in this D23, and it made me so happy.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
All right, my last thing that I have here is Monstropolis announcements. So D23 had a ton of updates on the new Monstropolis area of Hollywood studios, most notably a scheduled opening. Monstropolis is set to open in 2027 as part of a phased opening that will ultimately end with the opening of Monsters, Inc.'s Door roller coaster. So we got new concept art, models, sketches, and character figures for the themed land, including a three-eyed squirrel who must be protected at all costs. Randy Newman is also composing a new original song for the area entitled Welcome to Monstropolis.
Megan Hilty singing that was amazing. It was awesome.
This is going to be Newman's first composition for a Disney theme park. So here we go.
That.
So let's go through some of the more nitty-gritty things that are happening inside Monstropolis. So what was previously the Muppet Vision Theater will now be converted into the Glob Theater. Brilliant. And will be the home of a new show hosted by Mike and Sully called Welcome to Monstropolis. The show is designed to welcome humans to Monstropolis for the first time and show humans how similar monsters are to them. Vice President of Disney Imagineering Chris Beatty introduced the show saying, quote, Sully has been working on a small homespun show, but Mike, Ever the Showman has a few surprises up his sleeve that he thinks will bring down the house. Hopefully, not literally. End quote. So it feels very much like the ending of Muppet Vision with the theater falling apart is going to kind of happen again, which I think will be nice. The land will also feature a Scareporium for merchandise and the Monsters University Alumni Club, a themed location and lounge area that celebrates the clubs and organizations from Monsters University. It will also be the location of the Elite Scarers Club, which honors the legendary scarers from the past. Next to the Alumni Club will also be a restaurant, Archie's Scare Pig Pizza. So this is replacing Pizza Rizzo, and it will be a quick service restaurant that is themed around FearTech's six-legged mascot, Archie. I just love that this restaurant doesn't have to be a pizza place.
That's what I'm kind of annoyed. I'm like, can you guys be a little bit more creative?
Like, first it was Pizza Planet.
It actually pissed me off. I'm not going to lie to you.
Pizza Rizzo, and now it's another pizza joint.
Fine, like, I get it. Like, it's good to have pizza in a theme park, but geez, you guys, come on. That annoyed me. It annoyed me. Okay.
Well, while we're on the topic of food, Harryhausen's restaurant is confirmed to be a dining location in the themed land. Disney shared concept art for the restaurant that includes an audio animatronic version of the many-tentacled sushi chef centered in the restaurant. According to Vice President of Creative Michael Hungen, it will feature, quote, a menu unlike anything else we offer at Walt Disney World. It will be a great place to bring your schmoopsy poo for a romantic meal, end quote. And listen, even though the restaurant in the film is known for sushi, the folks at Disney have confirmed that the menu will feature more than just sushi. And then the last thing, the door coaster did not receive an official opening date, nor an official name, nor storyline, nor operational details. But that being said, they did share some conceptual renderings of the interior of the attraction that looked pretty cool, and they confirmed that work will continue on the attraction after the land has its opening next year. So my question is, what do you think are the merits of doing a phased opening of these lands versus waiting until the entire area is complete? Is this something that Disney should be doing more of, or do you think this might not be such a great idea after all?
Well, I think the merits as it comes to Hollywood studios specifically are just like, you just need more places for people to go. Like, we've got the new animation courtyard. There's new things to do there, but there's not quite enough. So we just need to get this big area open as soon as possible. So I get it from that perspective. And also, like, I can see how it's like, obviously there's a huge appetite for this new land, and in this way, people can come and get a taste of it as soon as possible. But then people who are excited for the coaster, who love Monsters, Inc. or both, now you've got a guaranteed revisit. That's another park ticket that people are going to buy to come and ride the coaster when it's ready. So you're kind of getting a 2-for-1 out of it from a business perspective. I'm just not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of it. I mean, yes, am I happy that it's just like, let's get something out there? For sure. I wouldn't trade it. Obviously, we all know I am just like absolutely dying to go to Harryhausen, so the sooner I can do that, the better. But they knew this coaster was going to be a part of the land from the get-go. If this was a new addition to the land, I'd be like, sure, take your time with it. What's the holdup? Like you said, no storyline, no name?
Yeah.
What is the holdup?
Yeah.
Come on.
It feels like, I know a lot of the work that they're doing is retheming Muppet Courtyard into this.
And listen to me, that bothers me too. That's why I can't even applaud them that much for this opening date, because I'm like, you're just painting over it, which irks me. I'm not gonna lie to you. It irks me, and now I'm also just like, okay, I don't mean this, but like in some ways you could say we don't really need Muppet Vision to ever come back now, because we've got a style of show that's similar.
I know. The hope that I had for them moving Muppet Vision over to where the villain's show is kind of died as soon as they announced this this show, which I'm
Yeah.
excited for this show, and I think it'll be great. I think it'll be cute, but I'm like,
I think it'll be
Muppet
cute. I think it'll be cute. I think also we just need another attraction. It's always good to have shows where you can fit a lot of people. However, like I know for me, like I know it's not going to be the same, but I went to Monsters Laugh Floor one time. I don't need to do it again. I know a lot of people who are like, Monsters Laugh Floor is my nightmare. I get it. It's not going to be interactive in that same way.
I enjoy
but
Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor.
Have fun we have a Monsters Inc. show. It's not like we were like begging for it. I could have gone for, again, do I know exactly what I could have gone for in this moment? No, but what I didn't need was was basically what feels like an overlay now. The pizza got me. That pissed me off. Because it's not even like any of these pizza places were any good. It's not we can't lose the pizza from there. The pizza's terrible.
No, the pizza's garbage. It's so bad.
What are we doing? I haven't seen pizza in a Monsters Inc. movie ever. Make it the commissary. We already have the commissary, but I was going to say the commissary for Monsters Inc. Make it the cafeteria at Monsters University. Make it. Also, you could even have it be, I don't even care. Harryhausen's is going to be impossible to get a reservation for. Make it the to-go Harryhausen's.
Yeah.
Seriously. Oh my God, the pizza. It really pissed me.
I mean, I can tell right now. It's getting you going. Yeah, I almost kind of like the show is going to be cute, and I think I'm going to like it and everything. If they wanted to not go fully like a one-to-one overlay kind of thing of Muppet Vision, they could have done like put that thing back where it came from. So Help Me the musical, like they could have done the company musical.
Yeah.
Listen, the concept art is really, really beautiful.
No, I know, and I'm sure I'm really gonna like it.
I think the theming is really cool. Like the little like figurines, it looks like they are gonna have a lot of like interactive, immersive nooks and crannies sorts of things that they're adding into the area, which I think is gonna be really, really great. Lots of like storefronts and facades and things like that. That's really cool, and that's super great and everything. I'm excited for all of that. Yeah, I guess the fact that the door coaster had not much of anything to announce, I'm like, I thought they started work on it. Like they've started work on it. So like you've got to know. I mean, their work so far has been like clearing the area, but like
right. And so that's the thing is I'm like, okay, you're opening soon because you're using existing spaces. I the fact that the show, I love the Glob Theater. The fact that it's also tied into, again, the backstory of the land, which is like Human Day.
Mm-hmm.
Good. So apply that to the restaurant. Be like, it's a monster like festival of foods. Like we're showing humans all of the things that we eat here. And it's a monster food corridor. It's a sampling of all of our delicacies. A pizza place? I'm sorry, I can't get off it. I just can't. I'm sorry. No, I just came. Okay, I sat here with you for 2 minutes.
The pizza place is what broke you.
It broke me. I really did. It did. It pissed me off. I kept sitting here with you for 2 minutes, and I'm like, okay, Monsters Festival of Foods, Monsters Sampling of Cuisine. It's just take a little bit of time, please. I can't handle it. Not the bad pizza.
No, we've got to have the
It's an
cardboard.
insult to Rizzo, honestly. It's an insult to Rizzo.
I know. At least Rizzo told us that it was rat pizza. So like, it's gonna taste. It's gonna taste bad because it's rat pizza.
God. I'm sorry. I can't. This is gonna become one of those things that we're like, remember when you lost it about
the pizza,
Monsters Inc. pizza?
Oh my God, I can't wait for us to go. And
I'm gonna be like, this is trash. Because I'm not going to be able to get into Harryhausen's, and that's going to piss me off too.
I know.
All right.
Hit me with your last one.
Okay, my last one. We got an announcement that there is going to be a new class of Disney Cruise Line ships. So during the Disney Experiences Showcase, which as we have talked about was overproduced to say the least, Imagineer Claire Weiss shared that following the sailing of the fourth Wish class ship, the Disney Believe, in 2027, so we got a bunch of details about the Disney Believe as well.
Yeah, which I mean, love the Moana and Pua icon statue, but what the hell was the Toy Story font on the back of the ship?
Also, what do Buzz and Woody believe? It wasn't fitting for me, but we're going to skip it. We're going to skip that. I already ranted today. Okay. After the Disney Believe, Disney plans to launch 3 new ships in a brand new class debuting in 2029. The ships in this class will fit between the sizes of the classic ships and its newer ones. So in other words, larger than the Wonder and smaller than the Wish. This new sizing will allow Disney Cruise Line to reach new destinations. A teaser that didn't reveal much at all was shown following this announcement. Sorry that everything's getting very sassy now. I'm getting grumpy. Now is probably as good a time as ever to acknowledge that this year's Experiences Showcase was lacking in real information and new reveals when weighed against the production value of the event itself. Like, I understand some D23s were going to be in a transition zone where we told everybody things are coming, but it's not ready yet. But then don't overproduce it. Just stand there and do the PowerPoint with the clicker like in the old days. What is this? And listen, if more of the announcements come at other years and other times, fine. But then stop overproducing it. Let D23 become more of a convention rather than when we're waiting for the news. Because I have to say, this Experiences Showcase was a little hard to sit through. Me and my family are huge parks people. And I lost them all during this. They all left. They all left. It was just me at the end. But anyway, all we got was some footage of some ship blueprints accompanied by a Walt Disney voiceover with the end title, quote, "A New Story of the Seas Begins 2029. So while there wasn't much to go off of here, it still grabbed my attention for these reasons. So first of all, new destinations are a really exciting advancement. These smaller ships could mean places like Amsterdam, Venice, or Santorini, islands that have way more regulations around cruise ships. They could become a regular part of Disney Cruise Line itineraries. I love that. But this new ship size could really become a sweet spot for the Disney Cruise Line experience on the ship itself, on board. I was really young when I sailed on the Wonder, but friends who have gone more recently talk a lot about how special experiences, excursions, adult dining, space in places like Castaway Cay is so much easier to come by because you're sailing with fewer guests than when you are on a ship like the Wish. On Wish-class ships, you will often be faced with adult dining and other separately priced experiences selling out before the cruise even begins. A ship between these two could mean an experience that feels simultaneously grand and bustling and calm and intimate, and you'll have the ability to get those add-ons without having to fight tooth and nail for them.
Or even just catered more towards adults.
Yeah.
Especially if the location's going to be Amsterdam.
Right. Right.
You can go to the red light district and then hop back on your Disney cruise ship.
Oh my God. But yeah, I'm just so excited to see what Disney Cruise Line comes up with next in terms of advancement in onboard experiences. As I mentioned during the episode about my cruise on the Wish, I really feel like the highest quality of innovation, guest services, and honestly, magic is happening on Disney Cruise Line. I love the Wish-class ships, and there's a small chance that the Treasure might happen for me next year, and I'm already freaking out about it. But I'm ready to see what Disney is going to come up with when it comes to innovating immersive dining experiences, live entertainment, theming, and more. They really, every time they put out a new ship, they're one-upping themselves in some kind of way. And I'm so excited to possibly experience what the Treasure has to offer, but I also know the layout and the blueprint for the types of experiences on board. It's going to feel familiar to me from being on the Wish. It's like the dining is going to feel the same, but with a different IP overlaid, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. I'm glad that Disney is continuing to innovate rather than hitting copy-paste in order to load as many guests onto these ships as they possibly can. The fact that they're willing to downsize, I give them props for that. So, my question to you is, what innovative, even if slightly unattainable, new feature, dining option, entertainment format, etc., would you blue sky for this new class of ship that isn't currently offered on Disney Cruise Line?
I mean, it's not going to happen because I don't think it could. But I would like an attraction. Not Aquamouse, but I'm give me an attraction.
Damn.
Put some sort of ride on the ship.
Would you accept a simulator or no?
I would accept a simulator.
A simulator is very doable.
I would accept, like, they could even do like a little thing, like do a simulator, do like a teacup ride, and like something else. Just like a little
a little
thing.
carousel for you.
A carousel, a teacup ride, and a simulator.
Shoot.
And like an arcade, like a bunch of like carnival games or whatever. Do that.
That's interesting. That's interesting because obviously Disney Cruise Line notoriously does not have a casino on board. And this could be like that other alternative.
Yeah.
If it was there, I would hit it up. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. Let me do late night in the arcade and then hit up the red light district.
It's perfect.
In Amsterdam. This is for the adults. This is the adult ship.
Yeah.
And the icons of this, it'll be Anna and Kristoff on the I Like You in leather.
In leather.
Mm-hmm. There will be a leather night. Like no pirate night. It's just going to be an S&M night. Yeehaw. Well,
on that note.
So those are our favorite updates from D23. We hope you enjoyed that. If you want to know even more updates that are happening in Disney news or things that were announced at D23, this is the time where I'm going to mention you should be a member of the Poor Unfortunate Patreon. It's the best way that you can support the podcast while also getting a little bit more of the podcast. All of the episodes are ad-free. You get bonus episodes. And for the Trident tier, you get Caroline What's New, which is our bi-weekly news episode. And we have a pretty hefty one coming that will cover pretty much all of the other big things that were announced at D23 that we didn't mention here. So if you want to know what that is, this is your time. Go to patreon.com/poorunfortunatepodcast to sign up. All of our plans are under $9. So like it's less than a streaming subscription.
It's less than most things these days, let's be real.
Yeah. And it just helps us keep the podcast up and running and coming to you. And then this is that moment. If you liked what you heard, please remember to hit follow or subscribe wherever you're getting the podcast. Opt in for notifications if you're on YouTube. And then just do like a quick little like share and just send this to somebody who might be interested in some of the updates from D23. And then you can hit 5 stars, leave a written review, and all that good stuff.
Yeah. Another great free way for you to help us continue to grow the podcast and keep all of this coming to you is to follow us on social media. We are at Poor Unfortunate Podcast everywhere: Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Threads, Blue Sky. We are obviously on YouTube, which if you're watching us on YouTube. If you haven't started watching us on YouTube, I think you should. We throw in a lot of visuals. We zhuzh it up for you on YouTube. And it's also another great way for us to keep growing the podcast is like YouTube is kind of everything now. So just like give us a quick subscribe there too. Even if you're not a big YouTuber, it goes such a long way.
And if you watch on YouTube, go listen to it too, because the listening experience and the visual watching experience, they're slightly different. And there are little things that are in there for each thing that are specific to them. So
Exactly. With the audio version, you get a fun little cold open. With the YouTube version, you get visuals. So pick your poison. They're both good. And if you want even more Poor Unfortunate podcasts in your life, please join either our private Facebook group or our Discord server, the Poor Unfortunate Fam. This is where Conor and I get to meet all of you. You all get to meet each other. We talk about the episodes. We solicit suggestions for episodes sometimes. We drop little previews of things in the fam. And it's just a great way for Conor and I to know who's out there and to tailor this to the kind of experience that you want to have. So please come on down. If you don't know what Discord is, Conor calls it Fun Slack, which is exactly what it is. It's free to join. And it's just like a chat room that you can pop into whenever you see fit. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So we'd love to meet you there.
And if you're looking for merch, the Poor Unfortunate shop is open. Go to poorunfortunatepodcast.com/shop. And there you can see all of the new merchandise from our collaboration with Most Magical Printing Company, including the shirts that we're wearing right now.
Beluga Sevruga 2.0.
Yes, Beluga Sevruga 2.0 tee, which honestly is kind of like, might be one of my favorite things in the whole thing, actually. Like,
yes, me too. Me too.
So again, go poorunfortunatepodcast.com/shop and you can get all your stuff right there. So you can do that. Okay, so we will actually now be coming up next with our rant and rave. This was supposed to be our rant and rave, but it was D23 and we had stuff to talk about. So you're getting this instead of the rant and rave, but the rant and rave is coming. And if you need an episode in between, then poor unfortunate Patreon members get Caroline What's New. So you should do that.
Do it. Yeah.
So until next time,
Beluga Sevruga.